Hello and welcome to the 2019 Utah Open presented by Lucky Disc Golf. We've got round 2 front 9 action on JomezPro. We got the coverage is provided by UDisc and PDGA, and we've got Germinate commentary, Jeremy Koling and Nate Perkins.
What up? Really looking forward to this one. We got the debut of the Fort, home of the 2020 World Championships.
Speaking of world champions, we got Ricky Wysocki off to a 4-stroke lead, just playing really well at Mulligan's Park. And here we go. We got Chandler Fry,
Chanimal,
Washington State's finest, and Justin Bilodeau, a player who lives 4 minutes away from the course, playing a great round 1.
Look at that beard, though.
That's pretty good. And Alex Russell without a beard.
I'm really excited to see Alex play. He's been killing it this year.
He has been really making a good name for himself, and excited to finally see him on Jomez for the first time for me personally. So
he might be breakout player of the year.
So far, I would definitely argue that.
Yeah.
But on to hole 1, 285-foot par 3 across this little walking path, and there is a blind creek right here about 60 feet, maybe less than that, maybe 50 feet from the pin. Just a short little tunnel shot.
There's also a river long. If you juice it, you can definitely go long.
From Fort Mill, South Carolina, 2-time Utah Open champion, 2-time PDGA World Champion, sponsored by Innova Champion Discs. Let's give it up for Ricky Sucky Bomb Wysocki!
And I'm just going to go ahead and call 30 seconds on the announcer right off the bat.
Oh, I love that.
It's a great little 2 to get your round started here. It's that little technical branch hanging across the fairway. Ricky's going outside around Anheuser. It's an interesting play I hadn't seen yet.
I have not seen that play either. I've seen someone take a forehand left, but
he's going to have a really tricky putt. I would say he's unlucky.
oh gosh. That's an interesting line, though. Really, this one's pretty straightforward as far as just a backhand hyzer.
And Chandler Fry is going to be throwing a Chanimal ESP Buzz, a player who's very excited the first time he's ever played on Jomez Productions.
And that's awesome. We've both been playing with him for a few years now, and I just love the way that he throws the disc in the woods. No way.
Oh, no.
Did that just happen? Don't go in.
Okay, wow, there was a lot of stuff going on there.
That was the smoothest skip off a bridge I've ever seen.
That bridge is 4 feet wide.
Like, there's no way to even skip the angle.
It's a 1 in a million.
It's the only way it could have done it.
And then they hit the log and roll back. I'll second that.
Yeah.
Really cool story about Justin. After his round on Friday, he went back to work. He took a half day off work and went right back.
Isn't he an engineer too?
Yeah, I think he's an aerospace engineer.
Wow. Oh, wow.
And a really nice throw.
We were going to see another skip off that bridge.
That's kind of the play, though. You want to just drive it right into that log. That log's 15 feet or less from the pin.
It's a good shot.
Currently sitting at 54 strokes from Vancouver, Washington, and sponsored by
So we have 2 players from Washington.
I'd say maybe the first and second best players in Washington, but watch out. Nate Sexton's moving to Olympia.
Oh, yeah?
So,
what about Crabtree? Is he still...
Dude, you know what? There's like some ballers in Washington.
Yeah,
I'm going to take that back. I'm not going to start listing out who's the best. Alex off to the left. That will leave him...
A little sneaky.
Maybe 30-something feet, but all 4 players are safe. No one in the creek.
Oh, wow. Right behind the sign, huh?
That's good. It's good advertisement.
It's definitely going to affect his... Wow.
Yeah, that's...
That totally ruined his putt completely. I mean, where he pulls the disc from on his putt.
And Chandler a little bit low.
Little nerves right there.
And Alex off to the left side. He had a lot of obstruction in the way. And these greens tend to provide a lot of obstacles. I think you're going to see throughout the round, a lot of these greens have a lot of trees that make putting very difficult once you get near the basket.
That's probably one of the only types of putts that's really just going to handicap Rick, too. Normally he's able to adapt, but that one in particular was tough because he couldn't bring it down at all.
Right, and that's his routine. If he can see it and he can swing his hand, you're feeling really good about him hitting the center of the basket.
I mean, even his spin putt kind of comes from pretty low. So just one birdie.
And Justin the local showing the local route, just right down the middle. And moving on to hole 2, 172 feet right across the river here.
The Raging River.
Raging River.
That disc it's gone.
It's gone. And you're gone too if you try to grab it. So don't
go
do that.
in that river.
But you just have a short little shot across the water here. Little tiny tunnel onto this.
There's OB long too. You can go long. It's a pretty short hole, so that's probably the most technical part about it is that you have to have the touch not to go in that road.
And the play, you see a lot of people throw this little forehand spike, but the problem is not everything gets through that tree. I mean, it's pretty airy, but if you do catch that tree, it could just slingshot right back towards the river. And Rick almost throwing the ace with the pig. That was perfect pace to get around the outside. Doesn't even have to play with the outside branches and almost aces still.
Chandler going challenger right up the middle. This looks great.
And that's the kind of play that can go out of bounds, but that log there is there to protect that shot. If you can hit in that mulch, you're most likely going to sit in there. And Alex Russell going with the AVR X3.
His forehand's been so smooth.
Oh, that needs to sit and roll back. Soft. Okay, it comes back inbounds.
This goes to show you how close that road really is. He barely threw that disc, and it still had a chance of going OB long.
Yeah, at 172 feet, you really have to have that great touch. And that's something that we've seen Alex do really well this season.
Just straight down, straight up, no problem. Doesn't phase him.
Putting so well. And Justin up and over the rim.
Justin is a true spin putter. I mean, he fires him in there. When he's warming up, he's like firing them at the pin. Chandler as well, actually. Chandler putts pretty hard.
Yeah, he's putting with those Challenger OS's, and he's really, really good from range. You've seen him light up. I remember first round in GBO, he had 7 putts outside the circle. And 2 of them were throw-ins.
And they're not like hyzering in. They're just dead on the pole when he makes them from distance.
Moving on to hole 3, 516-foot par 3 downhill. You have to cross this river here if you want to stay safe, but you can actually stay to the right as well. But anything in that river proceeds to a drop zone to a green that is just
it's a tough up and down.
Yeah.
I mean, how much power do you think it is to get to the hole, Germ?
Well, it's downhill, but I do think, and this is just sky high.
That needs to swing. I don't know what's happening with that disc.
Really overstable, man. He really trusted that. That is going to be just fine. Man, typically you're trying to go for a low, overstable play to get that distance, and I think Justin was just trying to play a safe shot. And Ricky has pulled this way further right than he needs, and this is in danger of that river.
So Ricky's attacking the pin.
Yeah, he's definitely going for the pin, and that's, as you can see, that'll be the last time that disc is ever thrown by a human. Maybe some bass or something might play around with it, but no humans will ever throw that thing ever again.
That's a fatal mistake. He's going to have a tough up and down for a bogey.
Chandler's just playing the safe shot. I believe he's throwing a Punisher. I could be wrong, though. He's throwing a couple different shots on this hole. But that's off to the left side and safe, but that's not necessarily safe for a par. There's a lot of trees between where he is and the basket.
Tricky up and down from over there. I love Alex's pull.
Yeah, and that thing just lifted. Looked so great.
Plenty of power.
Yeah, this is actually looking really nice for at least a long look at the birdie.
Wow, just barely making it. Goes to show you how much power you really need to get the 500 feet and to be far enough left.
Rick has pulled this a little bit too far left, and catching that tree, that's going to leave Rick about 45 to 50 feet for his bogey. And Chandler as well is going to have that long 35 to 40 foot bogey putt, or birdie putt, or par, excuse me.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I'll get there eventually. And you can see after that great drive from Alex, he still had 100 feet left to pitch up.
Is this Justin's drive?
I guess it is.
That's phenomenal. Don't hit that.
Oh, well,
okay.
That should be fine, but certainly was looking for a tap-in after that long, safe drive.
This is a big one.
And just didn't quite ever have the commitment.
No kidding.
Short and
You really
left.
don't ever see Ricky miss left.
Or low. And that
or
was
low,
and
yeah.
left, yeah.
I mean, normally his putt is only That was strange, to say the least.
And good dodge work there from Jonathan. And Chandler's still out, having to make this putt for 4.
28-footer.
Oh, no.
Little right side chains.
And Rick is up and in for his double bogey 5. It doesn't really play like a double bogey. It feels more like it's a kind of a short par 4. But
Were there any 2s in competition? You got the stats for us?
Well, let's see if there was any 2s. I don't think there. Oh, there was actually.
There was a 2.
Yeah. Guess who it was?
Double G.
Yep, you'd be right. He's the hardest hole in the course, averaging 3.91. I mean, just a brutal hole.
I wonder how far his putt was.
Probably close.
Yeah, probably.
He just smashes the disc so accurate. Like at that 500-foot range, it's so impressive. Well, hole 4 is actually a temp hole. The hole 4 and 5 were flooded, so we're gonna go to 2 temp holes. This was just shortened just to have a hole to play in competition. And it's just a little putter Anheuser shot.
It's a real bummer because these guys did a lot of work on these holes. I mean, I think these were the holes that they were most proud of, hole 4 and hole 5, and recent flooding, like most water that this area has had in many years. And so it's a real bummer for Jade and the rest of the staff that they couldn't play those nice wooded holes.
And you see a lot of wood piles, like, or not wood, but like debris piles on the edges of these fairways. And it's just like you have the river right next to this hole. It's just lifting the water up and kind of taking away some of the aesthetics that this course naturally has. It just were kind of a bummer with the weather.
So Ricky's forcing this. That's not the gap he was going for, but that's 8 feet away. So
yep, he'll take that after the rough start he's had so far. And Chandler, all these guys are way wider than they're intending to throw.
It's a tight one. It's hard to really force that putter over as much as you need to. Just outside the circle after just 3 putting. Putt that one a little softer.
Look at that.
But right on line.
0 fluts almost. And there was a half a flut.
It was flutting.
It was flutting. But beautiful shot and the commitment to putt that high after 3 putting. A lot of times you'll see players bounce back and putt low.
And Justin firing away. I mean, from that range with his putt, that's a death putt if he misses metal.
Yeah, it definitely is.
So it's nice to see him attacking with some confidence.
And Alex is up in for his birdie. Ricky will have a short tap in, and on this 200-foot hole, we're going to have 3 birdies and a par.
Love getting outside and challenging yourself to become better? How about spending time with family and friends, or just marveling at the pure joy of flight? Then you've come to the right place at the right time. Join the PDGA.
Michael Downs with one of the nicest voices I've ever heard. Makes me want to sign up for the PDGA right now.
Again, the second time. Hole 5, the second of the 2 temporary holes added here on this course. 375 feet. This hole is a very tricky angle. Once you get that distance, you really need to throw a forehand. There is a slight backhand line, but you really have to push it long. And Alex has had this awesome forehand, and look at this. This looks really nice.
He's got the hop down. He's got that Sexton hop. That is
incredible.
That's unbelievable, dude.
You and I throw a ton of sidearms, and we practice this hole, and we didn't get anything inside the circle.
No, we weren't sniffing that. I mean, it was all hyzer, too. It just shows you how smooth he is and how much power he really has.
And this is a really nice line. I believe this is an Undertaker. And the gallery able to get out of the way, and thank goodness the debris pile's there. Chandler's gone long. That's a crazy good backhand line, but he is not going to have a putt.
He has nothing. He's like 35 feet out with nothing.
Wow.
Okay, so Justin throwing a sidearm.
Yeah.
Plenty of speed.
Rips
maybe
this.
Too fast even.
Oh, and that's exactly the skip you want to get. And we've got 2 players inside the circle.
Do we even know how to throw forehands?
I'm trying to take a lesson here, and I guess
thought this was a hard hole.
We missed Rick's drive, but he came up short and has to just pitch up with a pig. And look at Chandler here, just really nothing. And that's such a bummer.
That's a bummer after such a beautiful backhand turnover. Wow, those forehands were amazing.
Yeah, this is really impressive stuff. And jams in the putt.
Stabs it
Bring
high.
it home, dude. That is an awesome birdie.
3 down through 5. I mean, he's 1 back of the lead now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, under par, under Ironman par is a really good goal for this course. And Justin is he's 3 under through Ironman. Of course, when we say Ironman, we mean all par 3s, even on the par 4s, which we haven't had yet. And Chandler in for his par, so 2 birdies, really impressive. There's only 5 birdies on the day on there, and we just saw most of them. We saw 40% of the birdies. That's crazy. Hole 6 is a really technical, very tricky shot, 324 feet. The play is over this hill on the left side. The biggest gap is off to the left, either a backhand anhyzer with a putter or mid-range, or maybe a forehand. Going down the middle is probably not going to be your best play.
It's so tight, Jerm.
It's a very, very difficult hole. But over that hill bush, underneath the branch on the left side is definitely
Is he going
the
wide?
route.
Okay, he is. He's going the forehand over the top.
And
that's the obvious play on the hole.
It
I'm
just
throwing
doesn't
that today.
It doesn't look like that from the tee. It just looks like it's just the same as going down the middle, but it's open actually.
And if you hit on that hillside though, your approach is so tricky. Look at this. He's taking that route too.
Wow, Justin.
Is it not hitting anything?
Oh, wow.
Is he going to be 50 long?
Yeah, that's the one.
What?
That guy liked it.
Wow, what a shot by Justin. Assuming Ricky's going rock on this.
It appears as if you got that right. Oh, and comes up a bit short. A little bit too much anhyzer, it looked like, off the tee.
It's hard to really see where the gap is from the tee on that angle.
Yeah, you really have to trust it out wide. And Chandler's done it nice and wide.
This looks money.
And that'll be a putt.
Circle's edge.
Another, you can see the green, or the approach to the green, is so
Ricky's
heavily
gotta
wooded.
Right in front of him?
Must not have seen that.
Justin actually has to go straddle.
Wow. And Rick has this for par.
There's no way he misses this one.
Yeah. That's a clutch putt, man. That is a really clutch putt.
Yeah, the round can start taking a rough turn. I mean, he's even through the first 5 holes. If he bogeys that one, it's not looking good for the leader.
And this is a putt from just outside the circle for Chandler.
Oh, yeah.
He knows that's a big putt. Great birdie. And we practiced with Chandler, and we didn't see that line.
No.
That was just a line that Ricky told us about, and so we were throwing that shot blindly.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
It goes to show you that's like a mark of a true professional. You know, he saw the people in front of him take that line, and he's like, okay, that's the route. I didn't see it in practice. I see it now, and I'm going to execute, and he birdied.
Only birdie on the card. Alex just a fortunate left side chain out. Moving on to hole 7, 297-foot backhand hyzer shot. Really no other play. If you're a forehand, you got to go sidearm. I mean, if you're a lefty, you have to go sidearm.
Obstructed green.
Yeah, very obstructed green. And the raging river is within 12 feet behind the pin. So very specific distance. You really have to commit to the right disc. You know, I think Chandler's going with a drone here.
Yeah, you want to go just in front of the tree that he just did, and this is perfection.
Wow,
perfection. Because if you're long, you're in the creek. Oh yeah, the FollowFlight.
If you're aboard the man,
just right in front of that tree.
He's trying. I know he's trying to go behind that tree.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. Well, that's what he told us in practice.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure that he's split those trees, trying to go outside the darkest tree off to the right.
Either way, he's feeling it, and that is way too much hyzer. That's going to be a rough up and down.
Brutal.
His angle is gone. And
then you have that water right behind the pin, too. I mean, that is always a factor on this hole.
Yeah, if you're long, you're in the water. If you're short, you have no putt. That's cooking.
Oh, wow. fortunate break to catch the wood debris and stay right there on the edge safe.
Ricky going around the tree. That's hot as well. That was looking hot.
Yeah, maybe the play is to go the Chandler route. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's what he's trying to do. Either way, I'm not going to complain with. I'm not going to disagree with the results.
This is tricky. Whoa! Do you see how he just popped that one out there?
And it didn't quite have the angle to hold that Anheuser carry all the way, but he's in bounds. He's not going to lose a disc, and he's going to be happy about that.
Well, these guys actually have some putts. Another air ball from Ricky.
You know, that's 50 feet.
Yeah, but that's like his 20-footer. He actually calls them 20-footers. We've heard him. He's like, hey, Rick, how far was your putt? Like 15 feet. It's like circle 2. You know you've heard him say that.
Yeah, I know.
Justin with the putt.
Oh, and takes advantage of the great break. And look at that spin putt just jamming through limbs. What a great shot from... And he knew the fist bump before it went in.
That's awesome. Nice work, Justin.
That's super cool.
Dude, look at...
Alex, that's going to be a no OB5.
Oh, no.
And that's really showing the teeth of this hole. It's just if you don't get off a good drive, the approach to the pin is so difficult.
You see this tree right here, though? That beaver has been doing work on that tree.
Is that beaver?
Right? It's got to be.
I don't know, man.
That tree doesn't look too happy about that, though.
And that's happened for Chandler. No
Amazing.
Stress. That's awesome. Hole 8, 284-foot Anheuser shot through the V tree. I think is the main gap that these players are going to try to go for. Have to get it high enough and with enough turn to get over this Grip6 wall here. Beautiful green, very difficult to execute the shot, and all the different difficulties of the hole really add up to make a really rewarding birdie.
Yeah, if you hit early, you pretty much have to go through that white tree. And if you hit early, it's a really tough up and down because it takes your angle away. This looks great.
Yeah, perfect. Oh, wow, and he's gone long.
Wow.
And is
that your bag?
That's my bag. Wow. Okay, I thought that I put my bag down in a place that was way out of the way, but apparently I was wrong.
I didn't know that was possible, how far he just went.
Well, I saw some guys.
Okay, he just went wide of the white tree and made it over the fence.
Yeah, and
inside the circle.
7 feet.
Another good break.
Rolling with it. And that's the play right there. And knocked down. If he doesn't hit that tree, he's just 20 feet on the other side of the pin. Perfect shot.
See how Alex bounces back from that double. Smooth.
Smooth and low, and just going to have a little... Oh, I was going to say tap him. Now he's got to work for it. That was a really strange break there, but...
Unfortunate roll for sure.
It looked like Alex was going with a little higher speed disc, maybe a destroyer. Ricky went with that Firebird.
Oh.
A great effort from back there. But that Firebird to slow things down is really what the difference was between Alex and Rick. But no matter. Even with the roll, Alex able to stay poised and make the big putt.
He just has a great stroke. It's so simple. All his movements are so simple and efficient.
Wow. God, it was never even above the rim until the second that it was in the basket.
No kidding.
It's awesome.
I don't even know if it was above the rim. Like
it just snuck into the mouth.
Just powered over the top of it.
And Chandler able to get his par after the nice long bid.
Ricky with the
tap in
Jessica
birdie.
Weiss tap in.
What'd you just call that?
It was the Annie Jessica Weiss tap in.
Oh, he does do that.
She does it.
And you see some moves. Look at that. Justin Bilodeau and Ricky Wysocki. I didn't even see that they were tied after the last hole, but lo and behold, Justin on the comeback trail. 5 down through the first 8 holes. We see Cameron Messerschmidt making some moves from chase card, I believe. But some good, tight action now. The field is getting closer and closer to one another out here at the fort. Look at that big putt.
Look how simple.
Yep. When you teach disc golf, you want to teach
Yeah.
simple, small movements, repeatable.
Yep.
That's Alex Russell's form. Hole 9, par 5, the only par 5 on the course. It is a doozy, 728 feet. You have to get right of this wall here. Once again, Grip 6 sign in there. You want to land. If you can get past that Mando, you're in great shape.
Prime time.
From there, it's either like a mid-range out to the left, fairway driver.
Access to the green is pretty tough.
It's
Even if you're
very
in
difficult.
the perfect landing zone, it's tough to get inside the circle on this one.
In 2.
In 2.
It's hard to get inside the circle in 3, but really tough in 2.
Really tough in 2. And this is
Just
kind of a risk-reward type of shot. Does it have the distance?
Oh, I
just
thought he was
short.
laced, but just short. This is a hole I picture like Eagle and McMahon being like 75 feet past the wall.
And
Just like,
hyzering, too.
yeah, like it's that
Fanny
kind of
skip.
shot. And Rick's going to hit that sign, isn't he? Oh, he's come up short of the sign, and that's
no.
going to be a difficult around the corner. Probably a sidearm anhyzer for Rick.
You might even have to lay up a putter from that distance.
And that's the play right there. Bending it
Please,
to the
hyzer.
right.
Hyzer.
Wow, and never broke back. I thought that he had laced it, but it's going to be tricky from there. You can see how thick that the rough is. And Chandler also going to turnover play. It's not going to be as far as I'm sure he'd like, even with those scoots and bounces. Actually, no, looks like that. He looks like he's right in the middle.
He's right there. Okay, so he has the angle. He's had just enough distance to get a hyzer around that Mando.
Oh, wow.
Way up there. He's gonna have a
Yeah,
little-
that's exactly what you want to do in 2 shots.
Oh, no. So Ricky in a really tough spot. Has to go forehand roller just to get an angle. He might even be pinched off over there.
Justin ripping the Anheuser sidearm. Oh, and the
Ouch.
kick off to the right. Man, if he had got around that, that would be the best access. Out wide left leaves you wide open. But now he's going to have to work hard. And obviously Alex throwing as hard as he can with that patent pending stance.
Can't tell, but it looks like he has an obstructed lie right there.
It's going to be a difficult up and down.
Ricky forcing the rock over. That needs to come back. And it does.
Wow.
Gets the redirect.
It looks like there's maybe a deflection. This course is directly in the path from the airplanes to the airport. And it's so cool because you're going to find airplanes going directly over your head at
Get the
least
shadows.
2 or 3 times during the round. Yeah,
So cool.
it is really, really cool. And Justin having to play out wide from his tricky 3rd shot. Should be a pretty easy up and down for his par. Alex having to work.
Oh, wow.
My goodness.
That was a beautiful shot. That was a tricky approach, and he had to slow it down because there's that raging river long.
And that's
Almost
gonna be
dunked it.
That's a tap in 4 on a hole that's averaging 5.26. The 5th hardest hole in the course. Or a bunch of holes averaging well over par.
Yeah, it's tight out here at the fort.
Justin giving it a good bid from 55 feet for a birdie. And look at that.
There we go.
Ricky somehow saves the birdie after a flick roller 2nd shot.
And then the rock, redirect, and then the putt. Wow.
Which is really annoying because I was in ideal position after 2 shots and I got the par. So, like,
Me too.
this course is on these par 4s and even sometimes in these par 3s is all about how you can scramble. If you can get up and down to the thick, tricky woods, it's going to come and play several times throughout the course of the tournament.
Yeah. And that was about as much movement as you could ever get for 9 holes.
Certainly. I mean, going into this round, you see Ricky with a 4-stroke lead. He plays so well with the lead, kind of thinking it might be over for the field even after 1 round.
Yeah.
But lo and behold, we've got a battle here, and I'm really excited about how this is shaping up halfway through the tournament. Be sure to click the logo to subscribe now, and we'll catch you guys soon for the Back 9 coverage of the 2nd round in the 2019 Utah Open.